Guys, welcome to number 13 of the Derby Career Road Live, and to start off this episode, we are currently 12th in the table, 32 points after 27 games. Technically at this rate we should be in theory staying up, because all you need is a point. You need 40 points basically, so we need 8 points from our remaining 11 games. We've only got 11 games left of the season now. If you look at the gap between us and Reading though, we may be like nearly mid-table, but the gap between us and Reading is only 5 points, and we've got Chelsea and Liverpool who are in 3rd and 4th to kick off this episode, so we could very easily, if Reading win both their games, drop into that danger zone. So gonna have to kick it off with the game against Chelsea. We are at home, which is like one little benefit. I'm thinking of giving Chelsea their alternate kit, just to give them something different. Obviously the blue kit probably makes more sense, but you don't play these teams for another 6 months now, so it is kind of, may as well give them another kit and see what they look like in it. I'm just thinking of maybe putting Thorne into the team, just that extra bit of quality in the midfield, because Hansen's dribbling ability, he has got better ball control, but the dribbling at 52 really does lose the ball at time. Obviously, a passing ability of Thorne as well. But we'll leave it like this. I think we're doing all right at the moment. There's no real need to change the lineup. I am tempted though to put Rawson in for Palmer Brown, just for that extra bit of quality, because Chelsea don't exactly have the fastest of strikers, but I think I don't really want to make too many changes, so we'll leave how it is. We have put Vidra back into that cam position and Lawrence out wide. We will be bringing Solanke on for this game, but I won't be playing him in the next game against Liverpool, because it's kind of annoying how you can do that. You can play players against their current parent club, but yeah, I think we'll go with that lineup. Looking at the Chelsea lineup then for today's game, they have gone for that 5 at the back, so I'm kind of tempted to change. The problem is we're playing Vidra. He isn't really a centre midfielder. However, Ciceretti, you can actually do that with him. You can move to that 4-3-3, but something we can look at half time. It is a very strong Chelsea team. They've got Diego Costa, Hazard, Pedro, Bakayoko and Kante in the middle. Grimaldi from Benfica, Anspilicueta, Marquinhos, I think they paid, it was like 55, 60 million for him. Really big signing there, of course. Rudiger next to him, and Zappacosta and Willy Caballero in goal. Interesting to see no Courtois, of course, but still a very good, a lot better than our team basically. They've got a good 90, 85 rated players. We've got yeah, 70, 77 ish rated players. It's not exactly a fair matchup, but we are at home, so we may do all right. One more attack then to finish off this first half. It's gone through for Vidra. Hopefully he can get his head on it. It's gone back to Lawrence, now to Jerry with the volley, and that is an absolute strike from the Nigerian. He's absolutely belted that with his weaker foot. He keeps using that right foot when he's left-footed. Tom Lawrence trying to get it over the top for Vidra. Cleared out, but then Lawrence with the assist and a beautiful volley from the Nigerian to make it 1-0 on the stroke half-time against Chelsea. It kind of went through his left leg there if you just watch that back, but that's FIFA for you at the time. But a really good finish. 4th goal for him in the Premier League, and he did get one in the Cup. So great way to finish off this first half. Hazard running the defence. This is about the first time Chelsea have gone on the attack in this first half. Now Costa, and it's in the back of the net. They did make a change at the half-time mark as well, but that was literally the first time Chelsea have had an attack in this game. They get it into the near post. Costa first time finish. The keeper should have done a lot better. At his near post, he shouldn't be letting that in. It's really poor positioning from Blake. He has only got like 70 positioning. 5th goal for Diego Costa. It's one of them, like, obviously in real life this just wouldn't be a situation because he's going to Atletico in real life, but on the game, still at Chelsea, there's a few of those, like Naby Keita at City as well. Should be at Liverpool. Tackle from Palmer Brown, but Wisdom's not quite controlled it well. It's with the shot from Hazard. And that's gone in. It might be Cesc Fabregas actually. I don't think it is Hazard. I don't know how he scored that, and I think he's gone to celebrate with Antonio Conte. How has that gone in? Andre Blake should have easily saved that. Wisdom with a bit of, I don't know, like he tried to get a foot in, but you shouldn't be getting lobbed like that. That's terrible. I don't know how. He had plenty of time. Why did he go with that arm? Go with the other arm, mate, because that's next to the ball. That would make more sense. But it is an area I'm going to look at in the summer window. Sorry, because he's just 75 rated. You think about Premier League goalkeepers for each club. There's very few at the rating that I've got. Most of them are around 80, so I think it is an area we need to improve for sure, because we concede a lot of goals. Like, I know the shot errors are pretty low, but that will be balanced out when we actually get a decent goalkeeper. At the moment, we haven't exactly got the best of keepers, and it's kind of showing. And there it is, full time against Chelsea, 2-1 loss in the end. A little bit unfortunate, but I think it was a fair result. Like, Chelsea in that second half definitely, like, the half-time team took completely changed the game. We were doing alright in the first half, but then Chelsea just dominated, and yeah, that second goal, I think, with a better keeper, probably would have saved that. It's just Blake, he's just not... The problem is, we don't have that good keeper like a lot of Premier League sides do have. Transfer offer here for Kieftenbeld. I did actually forget that you can get transfer offers in between the windows, so something we can look at. They have offered 2.65, his value's 2.9. He will only have a year left on his contract at the end, but we may as well try and negotiate if we can get an extra 300k. When I look back at that deal, I think West Brom were willing to pay, I want to say 4. So we've only really lost $1 million on him, which isn't too bad, because at the time I probably did need him. After January, where Jamie Hansen eventually got into the first team, not quite needed him. Sean Dyche may be at a different club by the time this video does go up. I will offer, yeah, we'll just stick that 300k on top of it. Hopefully they don't get offended, because that's like, really, I've just tried to negotiate and you've completely thrown the deal out. The offer Burnley have come back with is 2.6 plus a 1% sell-on clause. So say if we sold for 2 million, we would get 20 grand. Is that really worth it? Probably not. So what I'm going to do is remove it, add a couple of hundred. I don't want this deal to fall through. That's the only thing. I do kind of need to move him on. And we can always use that money to sign players new contracts, because I think there's a couple of players I do need to look at, so hopefully they are willing to match that, so that's good to see. 2.85, it's only half, well, it's 50,000 less than I really wanted to sell him for, so I'm more than happy with that negotiating. We are going to go into the game against Liverpool now at Anfield. It's going to be a tough one, especially away from home. I know that Chelsea game we were at home, so it made it slightly easier for us. I think I will be using the away kit, just because it's completely different to their red kit. Here we are then at Anfield against Liverpool, of course. It's going to be a really important game. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip these due to copyright reasons. Be interested to see what Liverpool's lineup is. We do have the worst defence in the league. That was actually that little animation there. Looking at their team then, they've got a 4-3-3, Coutinho, Firmino and Mane. That front three of dreams up front. No Mo Salah, of course. Henderson, Wijnaldum and Emre Can in the midfield. Then they've got Mustafi, Florenzi, Robertson and Matip and Karius in goal. Very interesting back four. Obviously, I really don't get why Liverpool aren't playing Andrew Robertson. It's really interesting. I don't get why they're going for Moreno when clearly they have defensive issues and Robertson's actually quite decent. Nevertheless, it's going to be a really tough one. Away from home, like, the difference between home and away fixtures is incredible. I was tempted to put Carson in due to that poor performance Blake just put in, but we will leave it to Blake for now. He is still better keeper, in fairness. We have put Max Lowe and Ibe on that left-hand side. Wisdom, obviously, playing against his former club, and Jordan Ibe, so hopefully they can get on the score sheet. We've got a free kick here in a very good area. I don't think we've actually got a decent left footer, though. It's kind of that kind of situation. We really don't have many free kick takers at all, in fairness. Jamie Hansen, probably the best for the job, but I'm just going to lay it off. I think that'll be probably the most logical thing to do. Simon with the shot, and Simon with the goal in the first 5 minutes, I want to say. Very early in this game. 7 minutes and 40 seconds gone. The Nigerian has found the back of the net for us. I didn't think I could get that up and over the wall, so I felt just laying it off would probably be the best thing to do. And we have got the early kickoff against Liverpool. If you remember earlier on in the season, we managed to beat Liverpool 3-0 at home. So it is a bit of like, we play counter-attacking football, and Liverpool obviously a very attacking team. They're going to have a lot of space in behind. Managed to win the free kick, and we are 1-0 up against Jurgen Klopp's side. Ball goes into the box. Hopefully Ibe can win this, and he has. Goes to Jerry. Now back to Jordan Ibe with the volley. And against his former club, I think there's a way of not celebrating, but I've kind of just celebrated anyway. But it's a really nice goal, in fairness. I headed it down for Jerry because I felt like Jordan Ibe's not got the best of heading ability, but his volley, really good volley from the former Liverpool man. Obviously, I don't know, would he celebrate in real life if he scored against Liverpool? Probably not, because he was a youth player there. He's trying to get his trade at a smaller club in Bournemouth. It's kind of a shame that Bournemouth aren't playing as well. But we're 2-0 up against Liverpool. I really don't get this game at times. Like, I'll struggle against like a low team, and then we'll play against a great team like Liverpool, and we just dominate them. Like, we beat them 3-0 last time, and it's already 2-0 in 20 minutes. Liverpool on the attack here. It was, like an easy game against Chelsea in the first half, in fairness, so maybe we just didn't take our chances, and we have in this game. And maybe the second half will be a lot tougher for us, so we do need to kind of get a bit of a safety zone for us, as Liverpool are probably one of the best attacking teams in the league. He has gone around Hughes there, but Dunk gets the block in, out for a corner for Liverpool. It's going to be interesting to see if Liverpool manage to come back from this, because we managed to pick 6 points up against Arsenal, obviously a very good team, but as you can see, Joel Matip has not equalised, he's gotten back into the game, that's for sure. 26 minutes gone. Didn't exactly defend that too well, but again, I think, yeah, it was a bit of a clusterfuck. There's a few players just there. Really couldn't do much against that, really. I think that's just the game at times. It just makes it so you can't defend against it. But we've still got a goal on Liverpool. As I was saying, the Chelsea game, first half was probably quite easy. Yeah, quite easy. But second half was a lot tougher. So we kind of need to keep a safety zone going into the second half, because it probably will get tougher. Simon with the shot, and it's gone off the post, almost getting that buffer there. Jerry with the ball here. I don't think I've actually scored with his left foot yet, but chance for Vidra to get his shot off, and he has. Really nice goal from the Czech to make it 3-1, and this is a 4-goal thriller in 30 minutes. Really, really well done. Jerry just pulling him out wide, obviously, makes that massive gap in the Liverpool defence. Not 100% sure why Maffey turned his back on that. If he just stood face to Vidra and took it like a man, wouldn't have happened. But for some reason he went side on, and yeah, we're back into a 2-goal advantage against Liverpool, so that's good to see. Glad to see we're scoring plenty of goals. Obviously Liverpool, not the best defensive team in the world, but very good going forwards, and we'll probably score at least 1 or 2 more in this one. Ball into Jerry, now inside to Matai Vidra, over the top for Simon. Hopefully we'll get onto the end of it. Robertson has headed it out for a corner though. We are finding a lot of opportunities against this Liverpool team. They aren't the best defensively. We've just scored an incredible goal. How has he scored that? I'm just going to dab on that. You know what? That's worth a dab. If I score an overhead kick against Liverpool, I'm going to dab, because that's ridiculously good. I don't know how I've scored that. That is insane. Is that with his... I think that's with his left foot. He scored with his left foot. That is his first goal with his left foot. He's actually left-footed. He scored the last 4 with his right, and this time we've made it 4-1 against Liverpool with that left foot. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. We found it so difficult in that Chelsea game. We got the 1 goal from that incredible volley from Jerry, in fairness. He has scored some really good goals. Rabiot coming on for Wijnaldum in the midfield. Obviously Liverpool on the attack here. Mane just waiting for the runs of somebody. Finds it into Firmino with the shot, and they've made it 4-2. This game definitely isn't over yet, but we have got that 2-goal buffer at least. With 30 minutes left, we have got all of our substitutions left as well, so I'm going to probably look to do those in a moment. But Mane in the box. Maybe I could have done a bit better with Max Lowe. Turn inside, obviously, and then Firmino first time. Against Blake, didn't really have much of a chance, and that is his 10th goal of the season. I think Matai Vidra's only... I think he made... Yeah, he picked up his 10th, didn't he, in this game, so... Good to see him on 10 goals as well. It's kind of crazy how Firmino and Vidra are essentially just as good as each other. And there it is, full time against Liverpool. We've won 4-2. I really don't get this game at times. I'm amazed, because that goal was great from Simon. That kicked it off very nicely early on. Then Jordan I with a cracking volley. Actually, the goals in this game are really, really good. Headed down to Jerry, back down to Jordan, and then that left-footed volley. Obviously, carries going completely the wrong direction. Then Vidra's goal was quite good. Hold-up play from then the back heel to Vidra. Hold-up play from Jerry to get it into Vidra. And then this is what won the game for us. Insane. It's like I had the sliders on like 99 with that. That is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever scored a better goal on career mode. I'm trying to think of one, because that is genuinely the technique it takes to do that. I'm genuinely shocked. I was amazed at the time. I'm still amazed. I really don't get how we've beaten Liverpool and won the game. Just looking at the FA Cup, we lost to Everton. Then we would have had Wimbledon, so we would have easily got into the quarters, in fairness. Then against Swansea, so we very easily could have got into the semis if we beat Everton. It was only a 2-1 loss, I think, as well, so not too bad. An area I'm going to look at in the next season to do a little bit better in the FA Cup, because we need to do it. So we're going to go into this next game then against Swansea City at home. They are just above us, so we won't go any higher in the table at this point. I don't think we will from now until the end of the season, but it will just make sure we guarantee Premier League football. If we can win this game, I'm pretty confident we'll stay up. It's whether we can win it or not. I think I will give Swansea their red kit, just a nice fluorescent red kind of kit. We are going to have to make changes though. Probably pop Ciceretti in and a few others here and there. Looking at the Swansea City team then for today's game, they've gone for a 4-1-2-1-2 bracket 2 with the central midfielders instead of the wingers. It's a very interesting team actually. They've got Fabianski in goal, Shmonikov, Tashi, Amat and Gaia. Obviously 3 of those are brand new signings. And then in the midfield they've got Roque Mesa, Fur, Ward-Prowse, Gore and Boney and Correa up front. There's a lot of signings in this team compared to most of the Premier League sides I've seen. They've probably made the most. Like there's 3 in the defence, there's 2 in that midfield. I don't think that Gore guy starts at Swansea. And then they got Correa up front, who's an absolutely fantastic signing with Wilfred Bonney. It's going to be an interesting one because we haven't actually come against this formation yet. We've had to make a few changes. Mason Bennett on the right hand side, Solanke up front, Ciceretti in behind, Rawson and Keogh starting in the defence, Hansen at right back, and Seswan Cambo back at left back. I think I'll be happy with a point. After winning against Liverpool, I didn't expect to get 3 points from the first 2 games, so as long as we get something from this, I'll be more than happy. Lawrence on the attack here. Out wide here to Mason Bennett. Hopefully can get a decent shot off, and he has. Mason Bennett with his first goal in the Premier League. Absolutely fantastic. I thought I'd put him into this game. I was tempted to put Ademola Lookman, the more Premier League-ish ready, but I thought, let's just give one of our own a go. And he's got the first goal in the 11th minute there. Tom Lawrence with a cracking run actually across the box. Obviously, Paul Clement was trying to sign Tom Lawrence in the January transfer window. They put a bid of, I think they put a £11 million bid, but I was looking at more towards 20. And in the end, they just didn't want to pay that much. So, obviously a player they're looking at. And he's done a really good job there, Tom Lawrence. I don't think without that run, it wouldn't have made that goal. Now into Ciceretti. Chance to get the second goal in this game with the shot. It's a cracking shot and a cracking goal to make it 2-0. The Italian has found the score sheet. It's a bit of a shame that Vidra, in a way, has done so well because it's not given Ciceretti the opportunity to do well. But Solanke and Ciceretti this season, they definitely be the link-up. Like Chris Martin and Vidra were last year. Obviously, both those managed to get 10-plus goals. Ciceretti with his 4th this season, which is not bad in fairness. For when literally I've subbed him off the bench, maybe played him 1 in 3 games or something. He's doing alright. Ball out wide here to Gore. Just waiting for the ball inside to Correa with the shot and with the goal. 5 minutes into the second half, the Argentinian has found the back of the net. 10 minutes, sorry, into the second half. It's kind of crazy how quick the time does go in these games. But yeah, the ball out wide, kind of committed there with Rawson and Keogh. And then eventually it found it into the middle to Correa to find the back of the net. I don't think they really deserve it though. They haven't really created too much. But they're back in the game now. Going to have to be careful not to concede another. Now into Hansen. Inside to Ciceretti. Out to Lookman if he can cut inside the defender with the shot. And into the back of the net. Ademola Lookman on that left hand side. Very much like what I want Jordan Ibe to do. I want him to cut inside and get those type of goals. But I just feel like Lookman's got that little bit more, I don't know, I don't want to say pace, but it's like that extra yard he has on Jordan Ibe. And it's actually a really good finish in fairness. It's gone through he's gone through Ward-Prowse's legs. And I think we've pretty much confirmed the win there. It's about the 80th minute now, 86th minute. We'll pop it on defensive though. It's a really important win because it probably, I'll have a look after the game, but it's probably pretty much guaranteed us Premier League survival. Ball through here for Baston across to Klukas with the shot and with the goal. They've made it 3-2. There's only 2 minutes left though, so very unlikely they're going to be able to get anything from the game, but goal difference wise, bit of a shame. Ball goes across, Klukas obviously not marked by anyone, and bit of a shame we couldn't just keep it to 1. And there it is, full time against Swansea City, 3-2 victory, not quite as well done as the Liverpool game, but Mason Bennett obviously got us off very well in the first 10 minutes with that goal. I don't know, it's like we've pretty much guaranteed Premier League survival now. I don't know what to strive for now. If we just look at the table in a moment. So Keith Belt has been sold for 2.8 million after we paid, I can't remember how much we paid. I may look back at the video that we did to sign him in because I think it was pretty much the first episode. He just, I don't know, he's not got, he's got very good defending stats, there's no doubt about that. International management offer from Uruguay here. The problem is the players like Suarez and Cavani have probably dropped in ratings, maybe even retired, so probably not a team I'd look to do. But one thing I'd like to do is get involved in the Euros, because they're coming up in 2012, obviously. We'll qualify this year and then go into them next year. I could even not show you those bits. I could show you literally just going into the Euros next season. So I think we will probably do that. I kind of wish I got involved in the World Cup, but I think at the point where the club was, I'm not quite ready for international management, and it's something we could look at. Obviously, down the line, it will still be a good 10-15 episodes before you see an international football, so nothing for you guys to worry, but if a decent job comes in, I might be tempted. So we are going to go into the final game of the episode at the Bet365 Stadium against Stoke City. It'd be interesting to see what their team name actually is, because I don't think you can actually call... Yeah, it's called the Stoke City FC Stadium, because you can't call it an actual... betting company. So what's their stadium? Is it the Britannia? I don't know. What's their... I think it's the Britannia Stadium. Before it was... I can't remember. But anyway, going into the final game of the episode against Stoke, I think we will put Max Lowe in. He was quite decent against Liverpool, in fairness. We only conceded 2 in that game against probably one of the best attacking teams in the league. Just looking at the lineups then to kick off this game, it'd be an interesting to see what their shape is. So yeah, they've gone for the 5 at the back. Like, there's teams like Arsenal are playing exactly the same system, but they're only 3 points off the relegation zone. But then Stoke are doing really well, Chelsea are doing really well, and they've both got the same formation, so it's kind of crazy. Jack Butland in goal, the former Derby County man. Obviously, he was on loan for like 3 months at us, not exactly proper Derby County player, but still played for us. Trupe and Boosman at the fullback positions, Wimmer, Muniesa and Bell in the defence. No Curtis Davis, obviously we did sell him to them. Jeff Cameron and Imbula in the midfield, Sobby and Shaqiri out wide, and maybe Bayram Diouf up front. It's an interesting one, because sometimes we do well against this formation, and then other times we absolutely flop. So we may have to change to the 4-3-3 at half time if we do struggle. More like White here to Moses Simon then. Controls it quite nicely inside to Jerry. I'm going to quick pass the defender. Hopefully get it on that left boot. He has been taken out in the box. We have got a penalty here on the half-time mark. Maybe a... Oh, I was expecting a red. Just a yellow for Mbula. Was from in behind. We've got a great opportunity to go into the second half with a goal advantage. See, I want to give it Jerry, but at the same time I want to give it Vidra, because he is our penalty taker. What do we do? I think if you want it, he'll take it, in fairness. So I'll give Jerry the opportunity to get a goal. And Jack Butland saved it. I'll keep him with Vidra now. Lukman with the ball here with the shot. And he's just come off the bench and scored an absolute beautiful goal. I've literally just subbed him on at striker. I thought I'd give him a go, as he was really good in that last game. Was it? Who was it? Swansea. Swansea scored that great goal against Swansea. Turns the man beautifully. Hits the underside of the crossbar and goes into the back of the net. And that is his 3rd goal already. I'm liking this guy. I'm really liking Ademola Look. Shaqiri with the ball here. Obviously he is top goal scorer, so he may score from anything. Choupo-Moting with the header. And they have found a way back into the game. Stoke City in the last 15 minutes. Substitute comes on. Shaqiri with the assist then. Really good cross, in fairness. And maybe Wisdom couldn't have done better, but Choupo-Moting is quite tall. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2". Still got time to get a winner, but I wouldn't be too disheartened about a point. I don't think we've been good enough to get the point. Obviously, a moment of magic from Lukman, pretty much our only real attack. It's gone into the back post. Blake has completely missed it, and that's gone into the back of the net. Why is the keeper not just jumped up and caught that? I really don't get this game at times. Why is the keeper just not got that? It's a ball into the box. Decent cross. It's deflected off Lowe's head, I think. And why is the keeper not... He's not even looking at the ball. What is he doing? We need a goalkeeper in summer, that's for sure. There is full time against Stoke. Really unfortunate, because if I show you the match stats, you'll go, why have you lost that game, Luke? Because literally, other than their attacks, like, maybe they slightly deserved it more than us, but I think a point for both teams probably would have been the fairer result. And we've got 0. Just looking at the financials, there are a few players I would like to extend. None of these, but the players like Lowe, Kera for sure, definitely need to improve his contract. Definitely don't want to let him go on a free. Matai Vidra, Probably won't do Martin. Probably will just let that contract run out. Mason Bennett another one. And that'll be about it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like if you did enjoy. Leave some comments down below on who I should sign as a goalkeeper replacement. I'm looking at least 80 rated. I don't want anything lower than that. I don't mind where he's from, just as long as he's at least 80 rated, and probably under like 33. I don't mind if he's like over 30, but nothing over 33 because they just drop an absolute ton in rating. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.